feel like TikTok pretty is not the same as real life pretty. I don't know, you guys, I come on this app and sometimes I feel so ugly.
In the last few years, TikTok has become a ginormous platform, not only for entertainment but also for other content. This includes various beauty makeup videos, dance videos, or lip singing videos. It's like a girl might just simply stand there, look in the camera, move her lips like once in a while, and then her video will get lots of views. Like whenever you go on TikTok, you will see videos like these everywhere. So at some point, the platform has actually become a place where people are competing for likes for their pretty faces. You know, TikTok isn't just fun dances or catchy lip syncs anymore. Over time, it's exploded into a platform with all kinds of content, including beauty and makeup tutorials. But one thing stands out the most. TikTok has created its own version of what it means to be pretty. Here's the thing. TikTok pretty isn't the same as just being attractive in the real life or enjoying the pretty privilege. It's a highly specific look shaped by filters, trends, and the app's algorithms. And while it might seem harmless, this idea of a TikTok beauty is doing some serious damage to how people see themselves. So I decided to dig into this topic, and I find this interesting concept of a TikTok pretty. So what does it mean to be a TikTok pretty? So on TikTok, being pretty isn't just about good looks. It's about fitting into a super curated, almost fake aesthetic. It's all about perfectly clear skin, symmetrical features, glossy hair, flawless makeup. Let's not forget that heavy use of beauty filters that smooth, reshape, or even enhance everything. And that's something that I found to be very problematic, are those filters and masks. So these filters go beyond fixing your pimple or an acne or, brightening your skin. Some of them literally alter your face structure, making you look like a different person. There are even filters that rate your attractiveness, telling you if you're hot or not. Like, it's wild and also really harmful.
I don't hate filters. They do not change my perception of my own beauty when I take it off. Like, they don't make me hate myself. However, you will never, ever, ever catch me using a filter. Unless it's to literally make fun of them. As a confident, literal adult, it is not me that I'm scared the filter is going to negatively impact. It's the 12-year-old girl who's scrolling on TikTok who doesn't know the difference between a filter and no filter, who is looking at this girl that she sees on her For You page and is wishing she looked like her, wishing she had her clear skin, wishing she had her eyebrows, wishing she had her eyelashes. It's that 12-year-old girl who doesn't know that filters exist. It's that 12-year-old girl who is comparing her no makeup, natural, puberty face to a fake face that essentially doesn't exist, who she wants to be now. Or honestly, it's the 12-year-old girl who now sees filters as normal, that you have to wear them, that you have to be using them. So girl, this shit is so fake.
Like, young users, especially young girls, I've noticed, start to believe that they aren't beautiful because they don't match this impossible TikTok-defined standard. They're also the type of filters that will tell you how ugly or pretty you are, rate you, which often dictates how people perceive themselves, which is wild. Like, everyone knows that they're not true, but do they really? It's so wild to see the number of people who don't believe that they are beautiful just because they're not fitting into the standards of the TikTok beauty, right? The TikTok pretty. And a lot of people out there in TikTok and other platforms are literally obsessed with being beautiful. There are literally countless men and women who don't really feel beautiful and are so anxious about that. This obsession with beauty isn't baseless though. Like, there's a reason people chase it. Beyond the obvious perks, like free drinks or getting into excessive events or getting likes and attention from others, beauty has become a kind of social currency, It's tied to success in ways that go beyond superficiality. Studies have long shown that attractive people are often treated more favorably, and social media has amplified this dynamic, including TikTok, the TikTok pretty. And today, beauty feels less like a choice and more like an expectation for all women, not just those interested in makeup or skincare. Like, subtle messaging reinforces this. That bold lipstick makes you appear more confident. The natural makeup makes you, but better. So the underlying message here is that your best self isn't the real you, isn't the authentic you. It's this upgraded, polished version of you. And a perfect example of these crazy trends that I've noticed over the years on TikTok is the Leah Halton. One of her most popular videos has over 1 billion views. Can you imagine that? And all she did in that video was that she had a perfect find of makeup and looked amazing. Like, if you go to her page, every single video of hers is just the video where she stands there looks good, her hair is amazing, her makeup is amazing. Like, her content is so similar. It gets an insane amount of views though. What? How can you explain that? If you scroll through TikTok for a little bit longer, you'll see that there's so much content like this. Like content creators like Charli D'Amelio, Addison Rae, and Leah Halton, and the list goes on this one, are the ones who post pretty much the same content. And the most interesting thing is that sometimes people don't even realize, like people like Addison Rae or Charli D'Amelio or Leah Halton never actually realize the advantage that they've got because of their looks. And I think that's the biggest reason why I don't like TikTok, and posting videos out there, is because it's so shallow, especially when it's centered on how people look rather than what they think and how they act. Like, that's very shallow and, quite frankly, unrealistic. It's really frustrating, but really TikTok often rewards, looks over substance at its core. It's all about looking good, looking pretty, having good clothes, good aesthetic videos that you might have seen a lot on TikTok where people are just like waking up, showing their routine, their skincare. That's what gets a lot of views, not something that can share value and somehow impact people, which is so damn shallow. A girl can stand there in front of a camera, like move her lips and just, do the trendy song thing and boom, millions of views. Why? Because she's just TikTok pretty, And again, take those creators like Leah Halton or Addison Rae. Leah, for example, has a video that has like over 1 billion views, and all she's doing there is just looking amazing with perfect makeup. Like, her page is full of that kind of content, and it consistently goes viral, and I'm just asking myself, why? And you know what, this isn't to say that she doesn't work hard or, this costs her nothing, but it just highlights how much TikTok values appearance over creativity or originality. Like, for those who don't fit the TikTok pretty mold, especially women of color or those with features outside of like Eurocentric beauty standards, it's a whole different story. The algorithm and the audience often overlook them and, making them feel as though their beauty is a requirement for success on the platform. It's like, you have to be beautiful to get the views. And it's like, what? Like, look at me, for example. Although I'm really far from, those who struggle with racial discrimination, I'm not a person of color, but let's be honest, like, I'm far from the TikTok pretty. Like, it's not like I'm saying that I'm ugly or something, it's just that, the odds of my videos going viral are just so low. In addition to all these trends on TikTok, people can edit their bodies and looks in an instant, which amplifies the idea that, we can all instantly become more pretty. But you can literally go and upload any editing software, anywhere, and just change how your whole body looks in an instant, which is really crazy. Like, TikTok's filters are a big part of the problem, though. They promise perfection with a single swipe. You do this and do that, smoother skin, a thinner nose, brighter eyes. It's also easy, but also very dangerous. Like, some people edit their looks so heavily that their videos barely resemble them, and others even use external apps to tweak their bodies and faces.
I found an app that helped me go from this and this to this. Just follow the process, and this app is 100% free, and it's called Animal Face. And then you should get a page that looks like this. It chooses fits, makeup, and hair to suit you. My face type ended up being a rabbit, and all these hairstyles look so good. So go check it out if you want to have a glow up.
And again, while we all know that these filters aren't real, it's so hard not to compare yourself to those polished, edited versions of people you see on the app. And it creates this toxic cycle where people feel insecure about how they look, they use filters to fit in, and the cycle continues and no one feels good enough without the filters. Furthermore, if you scroll through the comments on a video by someone who's like TikTok pretty, it's honestly so heartbreaking. You'll find young girls writing things like, I wish I looked like this. Why didn't I look like this? I need to know your skincare routine. Like, these comments reveal how much pressure like TikTok users feel to meet those standards or impossible beauty culture. Instead of like lifting each other up, people end up comparing themselves and feeling worse about how they look. No, isn't that toxic?